like we supposed to do. We can stop from the stairs, girl, I promise an hour. After we done with charades, we can jump in the shower. I'll tell the world that it's yours, baby girl, that it's ours. Anything that you need in life, baby, I got you. Baby girl, you the one, boo. Cause you to be the one when time gets tough, I turn to. Girl, I really love and I do admire you. You the one that I need. Girl, tell me what you into, yeah. Cause every day and night, every night and day, I wanna lay your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night, every night and day, I wanna lay your body, girl, in every single way. Forever my lady like Jodeci. You see your body keep controlling me, and I'm trying to get it poppin' like it's ecstasy. But your body should stay close to me. We gon' get it poppin', we gon' get it poppin' and soaking wet, fuck around. Got your girls, man, they all upset. Where you at? Where you at? Where you been spending time? Got a man, I always hit you up, but you not around. I be your not a man, I'll hit you up on the phone. I'm head down to pick you up, baby girl, when you all alone. I wanna call you up, but I can't do that shit. Come over here, baby, you the one I'm rolling with. You the one I'm fooling with. I spend the hours, 1,000 flowers and tuna fish. Baby girl, you the only one that I'm dealing with. I swear to God, the MC Hammer catch you too legit. And didn't know that you my mama mia. Baby girl, you picture perfect like the Mona Lisa. Take you out to France, do it a little dance. Telling me that you love me, you posting it on the gram. And didn't know that you my mama mia. Baby girl, you picture perfect like the Mona Lisa. Take you out to France, do it a little dance. Telling me that you love me, you posting it on the gram. Baby girl, I got plans for you. Better yet, I made plans for two. Take your time, let me admire you. And baby girl, we get it poppin' like we supposed to do. We can start from the stairs, girl, I promise an hour. After we done with charades, we can jump in the shower. I'll tell the world that it's yours, baby girl, that it's ours. Anything that you need in life, baby, I got you. Baby girl, you the one, boo. Cause you to be the one when time gets tough, I turn to. Girl, I really love and I do admire you. You the one that I need. Baby girl, you the one, boo. Cause you to be the one when time gets tough, I turn to. Girl, I really love and I do admire you. You the one that I need. Every day and night, every night and day, I wanna lay your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night, every night and day, I wanna lay your body, girl, in every single way. We have to tell it and we're getting it on. Baby girl, tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, right. We can stop on the bed, bath and beyond. Baby girl, tell me what you into. Yeah, cause every day and night, every night and day, I wanna lay your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night, every night and day, I wanna lay your body, girl, in every single way.
If I got problems, relationship not among them. And if they bump me again, you're the only one I want. All of them, I want my Betty, oh yeah. She wanna see romance, oh yeah. My body's so interesting, oh yeah. She get it back from keep jesting, oh yeah. Falling hard for you, oh yeah. Hard times too, oh yeah. My bad too, oh yeah. When you feeling my bad too, oh yeah. All of them, I want my Betty, oh yeah. She wanna see romance, oh yeah. My body's so interesting, oh yeah. She get it back from keep jesting, oh yeah. Now I'm for you, oh yeah. All for you, oh yeah. My back too, oh yeah. Are you feeling my back too, oh yeah. My baby tell me say, she love my style. She really wanna be the one to walk out. Let me get that if I ever break your heart. If I ever lie, if I ever leave you, let me cry. Everything going up, you the only one who keeps me calming down. The way you give me peace of mind, I know that you don't ever wanna see me frown. Now they got love I'm looking for, doing early time. marry what she doesn't contest. Oh, no. But if you force her to show yourself, she will lay you down flat, that's so bad. Oh, no. That's my baby, yeah. You can blow all your own race. That's my baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. All of them now they want my Betty, oh yeah. She wanna see romance, oh yeah. My body's so in Jasmine, oh yeah. She get it back from Big Justin, oh yeah. Falling hard for you, oh yeah. Hard comes to, oh yeah. My back too, oh yeah. When you feeling my back too, oh yeah. All of them now they want my Betty, oh yeah. She wanna see romance, oh yeah. My body's so in Jasmine, oh yeah. She get it back from Big Justin, oh yeah. Now they am for you, oh yeah. All for you, oh yeah. My back too, oh yeah. Are you feeling my back too, oh yeah.
Allen Bernard International, or ABR, is a management consulting firm with a team of consultants and associates who focus on growing and transforming home healthcare agencies, nonprofits, and small businesses in other industries as well as individuals. Our services include ABR Business Support Services, ABR Accounting and Tax Services, and ABR Anti-Money Laundering Compliance Services. At ABR, we bring to each assignment dedication and commitment, experience and skills, performance-based process, integrated solution teams, and client relations. For more inquiries on our services, call phone number 469-378-3955. That's Allen Bernard International, or ABR, transforming business through ideas.
Are you in search of a credible, trustworthy, and professional real estate company? Well, your answer is yes. Realty Liberia Corporation is a solution to all your real estate needs. They provide real estate management, broker the sale or purchase of real properties, facilitate real property rental arrangements. They do property appraisals and title searches. Their effective and competent U.S. trained team boasts of over 30 years of experience working in the residential and commercial real estate space of America. They are a 100% Liberian-owned company located ideally on 4th Street Sinker in the Oregon compound. They can be reached on cell phone numbers +231-888-282-828 or 231-775-282-828. They are found on the internet at www.realtyliberia.com. Ladies and gentlemen, stop by today at their 4th Street Sinker office and tell them Henry Costa sent you.
Don't sleep.
When you talk durable, environmental friendly, and an all-weather surface smoothener, the only name that comes to mind is Zize Quality Paints. Zize Quality Paints come in all color and is produced in the USA. You don't have to worry anymore, because with Zize Quality Paints, you can change from oil to water-based paint with no damage to your wall or surface. And also, Zize Paint doesn't peel your wall. The good news is we can customize your paint based on your preference. Locate our offices in Police Academy Junction, RRA Highway, and our newly opened branch at LMC Junction, St. Paul Bridge, Bourgeois Island. For the first of its kind in Liberia, Zize Quality Group of Companies Incorporated introduces the Painter Referral Cash Commission. Professional painters can earn referral cash commission ranging from $5 United States dollars to $375 United States dollars when your client buy minimum total sale value greater than or equal to $200 United States dollars per transaction. This offer runs from September 5th, 2022 to December 31st, 2022. Interested professional painters can contact any of our Zize Quality Paint store locations. This is our way of appreciating our valued professional painters for their support and continuous commitment to doing business with us. The qualification is just simple. You must be a professional painter. Referral cash commission is based on per transaction and not on accumulated purchases. For more information, call phone numbers 0777 366 142 or 0555 386 177. Zize Quality Paints. Give your property a shine.
Do you need a car?
Ready for an upgrade?
Then come to Sika Motors, sole distributors of Toyota vehicles, Mitsubishi vehicles, and Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belter, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as 500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on the UN Drive at Sayotown, Bushra Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you. Welcome to the program. You're listening to the Costa Show. You're watching us. We're live on the radio, and we're coming to you from our studio in Monrovia. Boakai is in Monrovia. I am in Painesville. Boakai, good morning. Welcome.
Costa, and good morning to our many listeners. It's good to be here with you this morning.
This camera, let me wipe. But yes, it's good to have you back, Boakai. Good to have you back. Well, I mean, you were here yesterday morning, were you not?
No, I worry.
Oh no, yesterday morning you were not on the show. Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, like I said, good to have you back. A lot of interesting things, Boakai. Lots of interesting things. You heard. Did you follow the town hall meeting of the Bomi citizens yesterday? I believe, was it?
Yes, I follow portion of it, and it was.
And you heard
it was too hard on your man.
Yeah, it was not easy on snow. I mean, but let's talk about it. Let me wipe this camera a little bit. It's kind of blurry. So you heard what Edwin Snow said?
Yeah, Edwin Snow said he's walking out of the process and don't want to be seen as the one forcing things on the bombing people, the citizens of bombing. So for that reason, he's no longer.
He will no longer be a negotiator. What do you make of that, Boakai? Tell us.
Costa, that's a mere bluff. If he really want to be what he's talking about, let him be real to the Liberian people and let us know, because Costa, this man, the company financed his campaign. And when he received money from the people, he never say, "Oh, I'm no longer going to be behind you guys." But now the pressure from the citizens of Bomi making him to do this. They say Snow is doing it because he's habit of doing it. No, Snow is an extortionist and he want to make it look like, oh, I'm working in the interest of like the citizens of Bombay. That's what I'm resigning the post. But he's not doing it because he feels they're doing it, Costa. It's the pressure from the people. That's why making him do what he's doing.
Of course, Boakai. I agree with you 100%. But here's the thing, Boakai. Snow has already made a lot of money from this deal. The deal is already in effect. So he's talking about, I'm going to step aside, I will not be involved. What difference does that make at this point, Boakai? He's already made a lot of money. These people finance his Senate election, and he's talking about he's going to step aside and not be involved with anything that has to do with the Western cluster. But the thing is, the damage has already been done. The deal is done. The folks there, I'm pretty sure they've already taken care of the people that needed to be taken care of. Edwin Snow being at the top of the list. They're hauling the iron ore as we speak. The iron ore is being hauled in trucks, massive trucks. And they are damaging the road. They are polluting the environment. And so what is Snow talking about here? What is he stepping aside from, Boakai? What is he stepping aside from? The company is in full effect.
Yeah, Costa, if he want to step aside, the money that he benefited from, let him give it back to the citizens of Bombay. If he really want to. Right. But the company is already operational. The people mining, the transporting iron ore from Bombay to Monrovia. Then you say stepping aside. Like I said, that's a mere bluff, Costa, because we maybe few citizens will say, oh, we're taking it serious. But for me, Costa, from the day the man operated with APM terminal, I know Snow is not a serious man. He's only after himself, not the people of Liberia.
That's true. Well, he's gotten a lot of money from the company, I'm told. The finances campaign. They went to this town hall thing with the people. They just made promises to them. And what are they going to get? I mean, what do the people of Bombay want? Really, what do they want from the concession? What are they asking for? As to fix the road and do this and do that. Our people always sell themselves very short, Boakai. Why do we always settle for little? Why, Boakai? These people say they invested $2.4 billion. That's what Cesar Goa is saying. They invested $2.4 billion over I don't know how many years. Then they're asking for, that's what we are told. They're hauling around, 25 trucks. They're hauling 2 loads per day. 25 trucks.
They may say 75 trucks, Costa. So you just imagine 75 trucks per day in a month. You know how many trucks will be flying from
75 trucks hauling 2 loads per day. That's 150 loads per day. Multiply that by maybe they're working 30 days a month. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of iron ore, Boakai. And we're told they don't even have a washing plant. They're just taking it all out. They're not adding anything to it. So they're creating very few jobs because they don't want to. Look, the people come to our country and they behave as though we're only good to extract our resources and take them out. They add no value whatsoever. They don't have a washing plant. I'm told they're just putting that dirty ore, loading them into the trucks and trucking them out. That's what they're doing. Imagine that. This is terrible.
So Costa, for me, if Snow want to resign this position, let him go back and redo the agreement and tell the people that the agreement that we went through is not going to work again. Then the people of Bombay should take that. That's the only time they should take it serious. But for now, Snow, the agreement is already existing and the company is already working. Then you say you relinquishing your post. That's nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Makes no sense, Boakai. Makes no sense. The company said the reason they're not rehabilitating the rail is because there are lots of houses that have been constructed in the right of way, and to rebuild the rail, they would have to pay a lot of people to clear the area, and that makes no sense at all. ArcelorMittal spent hundreds of millions of dollars to do that rail. You know, in Nimba all the way to from Nimba all the way to what's the county name? To Grand Bassa, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's very, very sad, but that is the reality. That's what Liberia is, and it's until you have good leaders in this country who really care about the country, we're going to continue to have these kinds of problems. Let's move on to something else here, Boakai. Yesterday we went to Buchanan, Grand Bassa County, on the invitation of Senator Yombly Kanga Lawrence. We had a wonderful time, my team and I. We she made some food for us. We had domboy and rice, and it was just awesome. We ate, and then later on, we of course her team was they were on hand to receive us and take us into Buchanan City, where we walked for at least about a mile or a mile and a half. Walked the streets, Tupman Street, which is the principal street of Buchanan City. We interacted with people. I felt like I was in Monrovia, Boakai. It was amazing to see that, several hours away from the city, from Monrovia, Montserrado, people treated us as though we were still in Montserrado County. It felt very, very good. We went to the Wise People Intellectual Center, or Forum, where we had the privilege to speak to hundreds of people who were gathered there. It was beautiful. I posted the pictures on Facebook. You can go see for yourself. And I just want to thank the people of Grand Bassa for the great, warm hospitality for which they are famous. Thank you so much. We had a great time. Thanks to Senator Yumli Kanga Lawrence for the invitation extended to us. We had a wonderful time with her yesterday and the people of Grand Bassa County. Now, Paga, let's move on to other things here. Mariah Luken. Mariah Luken is running for representative. Folks, I'm really hungry this morning. So, one of my people said, they say the men say they can fry egg. The men egg looking yellow, man. Maybe the men specialize in fried egg. When I fry my egg, give me a little bit brownish, but it's fried. It is fried. Anybody can fry egg. 2 year old child can fry egg. So I'm not going to get any credit for something that 2 year old child can do. But so y'all have to indulge me, but I gotta eat it. I gotta eat it morning. I get the egg and the bread sitting right near me. I got a cup of tea here, and I'm salivating. I just like and say I just swallowed my spit. That egg really looks appealing, and this cup of a cup of mixed coffee. Yes, so we had a wonderful time in Buchanan, as I said. You see, I'm getting confused now. I'm repeating myself. I'm regurgitating what I said earlier, because the egg is deliciously tantalizing, and as well as the tea sitting right in front of me, and the steam is just blowing up in my face from the hot cup of mixed coffee. Sorry to all of you who have not had first face yet, and you've been tantalized or teased. Indulge me.
So why are you eating? I'm just.
But his wife left yesterday. But Baga will be okay. I'm pretty sure you already ate something.
Yeah, I ate my late biraba rest this morning before coming, so I'm okay. So while Costa is taking a sip on her tea, there's something in the news that I want us to look at. The issue about Sheikh Bashiru. Sheikh Bashiru's story is up, and we need to look at that.
Okay, Baga, before we talk about that, please, let's lay the business. Who Sheikh Bashiru Conteh is. Sometime last year, Liberian guy, young fella, he and I are just about the same age, very flamboyant, very show-offish. I mean, this guy carried himself like the richest Liberian there is. And everybody thought, I thought Sheikh was a legitimate businessman. I'm pretty sure you, Boakai, thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Sheikh made it seem like he was this big businessman exporting cocoa from here to other parts of the world, making lots of money. And I was really happy for him, not knowing that boy was a scammer, a Yahoo boy. Those of you who know Yahoo boys, right? Hush Puppy. Sheikh Bashiru Conteh was Liberia's version of Hush Puppy. Sheikh was arrested by the American government. They put him in jail. Bam, Sheikh was caught with a Liberian diplomatic passport.
Yeah.
Now, everybody was like, how the hell did Sheikh get a Liberian diplomatic passport? People were not surprised, because guess what? Sheikh does know a lot of people in this government. He's friends with them.
Yeah.
He's friends with them. Sheikh Bashiru Conteh, also, so he has lots of expensive cars here. You're talking, luxury vehicles. Sheikh was arrested, and we found out, we read the indictment on the show. Sheikh stole what? Close to $7 million US.
Yep.
From healthcare companies in the United States. He intercepted legitimate payments, rerouted those payments to his phony bank accounts, masking and impersonating as the companies to whom those payments were being made. So Sheikh Conteh is now singing like a canary. Now, you talk to an American person, they will tell you what that means. Sheikh Conteh has told the American people, the prosecutors in the state of Maryland, that he is willing to testify. He's going to be a state witness. Hello? So Sheikh Conteh, instead of being prosecuted as a criminal, Sheikh Conteh has offered to testify and spill the beans on a lot of people. He's already named names. He's already said the people who helped him get those the diplomatic passport, and the people who were involved in helping him connect them with other people to give them diplomatic passports. Sheikh Conteh will be singing like a canary. It's a little bird. He's going to be singing like a canary. He's going to be telling the Americans. He's already told the Americans, but we're waiting to hear that. He's going to be saying who helped him in the Liberian government to get the diplomatic passports that he got for himself, and he probably got for other people who are engaged in the same shady criminal dealings as he is. That is a lot, Buck. Are you coming there? What do you make of that? Do you know who these people might be, the people who help Sheikh?
Yeah, Costa, and in his statement, he named an individual that is already on a sanction list. That's
Thank you. That's what I forgot to say. You're right, Boakai. Sheikh Conteh said the individual who helped him get all these passports, in all the crooked ways, has already been sanctioned by the American government. That's what he said. Now, because I can't eat on live camera, I'm going to have to mute my camera. So, Boakai, you can talk. Go ahead, Boakai.
So Sheikh is naming people, and he's going to split the beans, like I said previously. This is not just something that we Liberians should sit and look at, because if Sheikh is calling names and those are top government officials, there's a same thing the Americans say. You know, when the Americans sanction few government officials, we hear people from the government saying that, what are the facts? The American people don't have facts on the issue about corruption. That's why they came out and sanctioning people without proving them. And the American asked them to go ahead and prosecute those that have already named on the sanction list. And up to now, those that were named on the sanction list haven't been forwarded to court to be prosecuted. And
he said you were going to set up a committee to investigate them, right? That has not happened.
Yes. And up to now, nothing. And we are heading to election. And Sheikh coming up from now, a few days from now, who knows what next will come up. We could see names coming up. And there's a close tie between Sheikh and the vice president that we shouldn't disprove it, because a lot of people have been saying it. The vice president and Sheikh, we've been seeing them around, blah, blah, blah. So for me, I would say it. So even if Sheikh come up with a name that the vice president is involved into this particular situation or the particular incident, what become of the government, the president, and the former office assistant to the president who is now sanctioned? All of these names, top government officials, names being on the list. What become of our government? What become of the image of our government out there? The image is already damaged, but they keep damaging it every day, Costa. So I don't know. Sheikh,
you know the thing about guy? Sheikh is in a place where they can't touch him. They can't stop him from talking.
Yes.
And the Americans have offered Sheikh a deal. You call the names of the people in the Liberian government that help you, that you give money to. Sheikh is not just saying about people who give him passport. He's talking about people he give money to. Okay?
Yep. So if Sheikh named those that he operated with, and then the American once again come up with a few listing on the issue about corruption and passport scandal in our country. Every day the government, they are going down a dream, Costa. Every blessing day they are going down. Sheikh,
but let me tell you what happened. After Sheikh was arrested, what did they do? They looted all his things.
Yes, that's the first thing they did.
In government went to his house and his businesses and took his cars, his generator. We saw them looting his things. They abandoned him. Not only did they do that, they looked at his properties he acquired or with ill-gotten wealth. So Sheikh is going to call their names. Sheikh does not feel any loyalty to them right now. He does not.
But Costas, the American gave Sheikhs an option. If you give us the names, your sentence will be reduced. So now, if it is me, Costa, I don't want to spend that longer of time in jail. I will split it. I will come up with the names, those that I operated with. Even if Sheikh don't want to, his lawyer will make him to do what he need to do. And Sheikh would not say that.
You know how they call it? They call it a plea bargain. They're making a deal. You know, you give her information. They ask him to restitute some of the money because they will not get all that money back from him. And call the names of the people in the Liberian government that you work with, and we'll give you a reduced sentence. You see that?
Yes. And she's going to do it, Costa. Now, like I said previously, Costa, he have named somebody that's already been on a sanction list. Who's that person? Could it be McGill? Could it be Bill Tuawe? Could it be how they call him? Serena Sifos? But for me, somebody I think that been in the ministry, somebody that's in the higher up there at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And me, I'm thinking about McGill. So even if a name like McGill could come up, what becomes? Because McGill can't do anything without the president knowing about it. So Sheikh will come up. Costa, Sheikh been in bed with this government. Every bit of pieces of information that he have, he will spit it out, and the Americans going to deal with them bit by bit as we approach the 2023 elections. So that's it. I don't know if cause is there, but that's just what it is. When the American come up with those names, we Liberians, Americans are doing this for us. Let me just tell you this. The Americans are doing this for us. They say somebody can be washing your back and you can wash your stomach. All of these things, they are making us know that the leadership that we have, they are not in our interest. They are making money from every bit of pieces, everywhere. When it comes to the passport, when it comes to everything in our country, every sector of our country, our government, they are making money from it. And then selling our passport to criminals, not only Sheikh, but other people are receiving our diplomatic passport. You know, our image out there is being damaged. Now, when you leave from Liberia, you go somewhere, you show your passport to anybody. People aren't taking it serious anymore because we are all out there. We are all out there for a bad reason. Who are doing it? This particular government doing it. This particular government doing all the bad things out there. So we Liberians, like I said, the Americans are helping us. Let's help ourselves. As we approach 2023 election, there is no need for somebody to come and tell you, say, oh, this government did bad, this government did, the government not working our interests. The picture are all glaring. Go out there, cast your vote for somebody that you know can do the referral thing for us and rebuild our image out there. Don't continue on this rookish act. Every day, different story. Passport getting missing. Our ambassadors having sexual intercourse with children out of the country. Everything, every day, every new thing on our country, our image out there is being damaged, Costa.
That is true. That is very true. So we're waiting for Sheikh Conteh's testimony. He's going to be calling names of people that he gave money to. Some of the ill-gotten money he stole from American companies. We're going to be hearing the names of those individuals. We're going to move on now to something else. Yesterday, a former stalwart, I don't know whether he still is a member of the Unity Party, former Senator John Ballard of Maryland County.
Yeah.
Ballard declared some time ago that he is supporting Cummings, right, Father?
Yeah, but I don't really see him.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't know. I don't know whether Balut has declared officially support for Cummings, but Balut is from Maryland County as Cummings. And Balut said yesterday in a press conference that there's a need for the opposition to come together, and that, calling for opposition unity between Cummings and Boakai. I want to say this to Balut. Well, Balut has made it clear that he supports Cummings. He made that clear. I remember when the Unity Party was pulled out of the CPP, Balut called a press conference, and Balut spoke against the Unity Party's decision to pull out. I remember that very, very well. And nobody cared for what Balut had to say because, we felt it was a good decision, and we encouraged our friends in the Unity Party to make that decision, and they made the decision to pull out. Now, I want to say this, Boakai. I want to say this. Balut can say whatever he wants to say, but that ship has ever since left the harbor. The horse has left the barn. The train has left the station. Cummings and Boakai will not work together. They will not work together. It is late. Forget it. It is not going to happen. To all of you who still think that it will happen, take it from me, Henry Pedro Costa. I'm not saying it because this is what I want. I'm saying it because this is the reality. I am not the one who's going to influence it. I am not the one who's going to stop it. But Cummings and Boakai on one ticket will not happen. It will not work. You can wish for it all you want. Your wish will never come to pass. It is not because Henry Costa can stop it or Henry Costa will stop it. It will just not work. Period. It will not work. That ticket that some people had in their heads and their minds and wanted it to happen, it could have been a good ticket, but unfortunately, some people didn't want it. Mr. Cummings didn't want it, so it's just not going to work. The time it should have happened has passed, and there is no way it is going to happen now. I just want you to know that. The two men will run on their own, and whatever happens, we will go to a runoff vote. If anybody also tells you that somebody can win first round, it is a lie. Nobody will win first round. It will not happen. We will go to a runoff election. All I encourage is that we on our side should avoid antagonizing and fighting among ourselves. If somebody says we should enter a pact, an agreement, where we agree that we will not attack one another, I agree. I support that 110%. We should not attack one another. Like, Boakai, how many months has it been? Do you see us attacking Mr. Cummings and his people? Yeah, no, we don't do it.
No.
We can come to an agreement. We already initiated that since last year. We will not, and we have not been in the business of, antagonizing or engaged in a vitriolic attack against Mr. Cummings and his supporters. No, we are not engaged in that. They cast me up. They say all kinds of ridiculous things about me, but I will not resort to respond to them because I'm bigger than them. I'm bigger than them. And if a Cummings supporter insults me, I'm not going to insult Mr. Cummings because a Cummings supporter insults me. We will not do that. We should refrain. We should stay away from attacking them. I'm calling on all of you people to stay away from attacking them. No use for us to do that. No need for us to do that. Let's stay away from them. Let them insult us all they want. Let them say all manners of things about us they want. When I came to the country, they were making mockery. They were all over Facebook posting that we didn't have anybody to receive us from hero to zero. And then later on, they saw thousands of people. They were ashamed. They started taking their posts down. Did you hear us going back to attack them? No, we will not do that. We will not do that at all. Stephen Addo Jr., you see, for you, see the comment. He's a comment supporter. Look what he just wrote here. Stephen Addo, look at your comment. Let me read his comment. Let me put him out there so people can read what Stephen Addo just wrote. I'm going to pin his comment so everybody can read it. Folks, Those of you watching on Facebook, Stephen Otto Jr. is a commie supporter who lives in the United States. He is not a small boy. He's not a youth. He is not an illiterate man. He's a well-educated gentleman. I have respect for him. I read the things he writes, and sometimes he makes sense. But in this particular comment, he does not make sense. Not only does he not make sense, he's malicious. Look at what he just wrote. By the looks of it, Boakai might not be on any ticket at all. Exclamatory remark. For those of you listening via radio and other platforms. Stephen Otto, what do you mean by this comment? Stephen Otto's comment is malicious. Stephen Otto is one of those commie supporters who's praying that something terrible should happen to Joe Boakai, so that Boakai will be naturally eliminated for comments. You see the comment? Now, folks, it's up to you. In fact, I'm not even going to decipher his comment. I'm not going to try to explain it for you or decode it for you. No, Big Brother Abraham Kadia, he's not just being funny, big brother. You don't write this. If you hear that Henry Costa had a headache or he went to the hospital, and then you write this, that Henry Costa might not even be around to be senator, what does that mean? It's evil and malicious. And to think that an educated man, an elderly man, I'm pretty sure you're well over you're past your 50s, that you will write this sort of thing, and you're wishing for something to happen to Joe Boakai. Is that what you're wishing for? Stephen Otto? He is somebody's father. He is somebody's grandfather. He is somebody's husband. And you are supposed to be a decent man, Mr. Otto. I will not insult you. I am just deeply disappointed because I have a modicum of respect for you. You disagree with me all the time. You say all manners of mean things to me all the time. You misjudge me like most people, or like many people do who don't know me or who don't support me, or whose political party or political ideology I don't subscribe to. It's okay. But to go to the extent of wishing something evil to happen to someone for political reasons, Mr. Otto, and you think that's a decent thing to do? Look at what he wrote. I just put it there so everybody can see it. Stephen Otto Jr. But here's what I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for good health for you. I'm going to pray for long life for you, Mr. Otto, so that you live long enough. Because younger people are dying nowadays more than the older people. Statistically, Boakai, the younger people are dying more than the older people.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Otto,
yes,
I pray that you live long and healthy, and do not become senile. I pray that your mental faculties are all intact, so that you see Joe Boakai become the president that perhaps you do not believe he can be. I pray that for you. I pray that for you. That's what I pray for you. So I just wanted to put it up there so everybody can see it, so everybody can know what a person you are, and your friends will be embarrassed because you got friends who are going to read this and they're going to be like, "Come on, Stephen, did you say that?" Yes, Stephen said that, folks. This is his comment right here. May you live long, Stephen. May you have a long, healthy life, so that you see Joe Boakai become president of Liberia. Yeah, that is my prayer for you. So to all the comments people, now I'm going to unpin your comment because I believe we've all said enough to you, and we're going to move on to something else. So to all of you who are happy about the news that Joe Boakai checked himself into a hospital because he wasn't feeling well, you're happy about that? Guess what? Your happiness will be very short-lived. In fact, your happiness is misplaced. Your happiness is illegitimate because Joe Boakai is all right. After I leave here, the show this morning, I'm going to drive to the hospital and I'm going to sit right next to him, and we're going to have a chit-chat, and we're planning his trip to the U.S. for some serious engagements, one of which is a fundraiser for the Joseph Boakai Charity Foundation. You will all see him. And you know what? Let me tell you something. You know, we've been having meetings. There are lots of things we are discussing. I'm going to say this to you all. Listen. You know, we had a discussion yesterday with key family members, myself, and other members of the team. And we said, look, Joseph Boakai already had a trip to go to the U.S. So here's what we're going to do. We're not just going to let Joe Boakai go to the U.S. We're not going to do that. You will see Joseph Boakai walking around everything before he goes to the US. Boakai, you know why I'm saying that? If we just put Joe
Yeah,
Boakai on a plane,
plain.
if we just put Joe Boakai on a plane, a few days after he leaves the hospital and flies to America, and they don't see his living body walking around, they're gonna run and say, "Oh, the man was in wheelchair, or the man was on stretcher. They carrying a bro on stretcher." That's not what we're gonna do. Joe Boakai and I will sit down. We want to devise a strategy. We are doing this for you. We're going to go live. We're not doing a recording so you can say, "Oh, that old recording." No. I'm going to go to Joe Boakai's house. I'm going to sit down with Joe Boakai and I'm going to go live. And we'll announce it so that all of them will be expecting it. So they all will come watch and we'll see live video, except you saying that we'll make Mark Zuckerberg to engineer Facebook in such a way that we're using an old video to make it look like we're going live. That is not something that we can do. We will go live. And when I go live, and I will call a date. Today is the 13th day or the 14th day of January 2023. The time is 9:20 something a.m. And I'm Henry Pedro Costa in Liberia. I'm sitting here in the office. So I will do all of that so that you can know that this is the man sitting right in front of you. Because your team, we're going to put him on the plane. We make these decisions. And we've already decided that. The family, myself, we had a meeting about it. We said, we're not going to just let him go because he already had a trip to go. But if we just let him go, then I say, "Oh, the man ran away," or the man, they killed the man because the man sick. No. Y'all will see Joseph Boakai Kolo Kolo. Y'all will see him Kolo Kolo in live video. They're not picture, video. We'll be lecturing. He and myself sitting right there in the place. We're going to go live from my page where tens of thousands of people can watch. You will all watch it before he goes to RIA and gets on the plane and goes abroad. And when I say live, he will not just be sitting now. The video will start. He will walk towards his seat in his office. He will sit down. You will see him walking. When he sits, then we'll do a 10-minute or 15-minute podcast. Pop, we're gone. We'll do that. You're asking, why do we have to go through all of that? So that the likes of Stephen Addo, who wish evil, who wish for Boakai, for something terrible to happen to him, so that they can see that their wish is misplaced, that Boakai is all right. They need to see it. They need to see it, because if they don't see it, Boakai, you know what they're going to do? They're going to say, we put the man on a private jet and we medically evacuated him. No, Boakai is not being medically evacuated. He had prior trips to the US. He the one that been dragging because he's been busy with so many things here. But now he needs to go. We got serious people there who want to see him. The foundation is supposed to raise money. The foundation is also registered in the United States. The Joe Boakai Foundation is incorporated in the United States. They have a bank account. They have everything. They have a call of officers and all. We're going to raise funds for the foundation. He's also going to have some very serious meetings with people in the United States, including a team of people that came from the state of Georgia. I don't know whether you remember, in November, a group of people came from Georgia, including a state senator from Georgia. They came from there. They met with him, some business people, and they invited him to go to the States. So he's going to be going down to Georgia. He's going to go to other places, and we're going to do this. So they will see. That's what we're going to do. That is what we are going to do. Now, we'll move on to something else here. So I'm very sorry for you people who wish that he's terribly ill, but that is not the case. We're going to go to Mariah Luken, before we take some calls.
Yeah.
Mariah Luken. Mariah Luken is a woman who we've talked about here for many, many months. Many, many months. This woman is a criminal of the first order. This woman lived in Minnesota for so many years, came back to Liberia, and this woman started a business. The business collapsed. She took loans. I'm told she can't pay her loan. The loans that she took from the local banks. She started doing catering business, and she got some government contracts from the very CDC government. But Mariah Luken's core business was to traffic people's children under the guise of providing them with a quality of life that their parents, their poor parents, could not provide for them. She would take these children, she would take them abroad, and she would place these children with people who could afford to pay her money. She would call processing fee. For each of these children, Mariah Luken charged these families, these people in America that she placed these children with, $5,000 to $8,000 per child. When we exposed Mariah Luken about 2 years ago, Mariah Luken came out and had a press conference. What did she say in the press conference? She admitted that she had been shipping children to abroad, but she said she was providing them opportunities, and these children were orphans. The children were not orphans. The children's parents were alive. She told these parents to give her their children so that the children would live with her in Monrovia. She would provide them a quality of life that the parents could not afford to provide them. But that's not what she was doing. Without their approved consent, Mariah Luken was shipping these children to the United States. Yeah. And there are reports online that some of these children were actually abused by the homes in which these children were placed. And Mariah Luken, we calculated well over 500 people out of her own mouth. She says she placed over 500 Liberian children with total strangers, and she made millions and millions of dollars from this business. Mariah Luken is today running for representative in District Number 8, Montserrat County. When I tell you how very wicked and very corrupt this country is, sometimes some of you take it for joke and you think that I just like to say terrible things about our country. Mariah Luken was prosecuted by the Ministry of Justice for child trafficking. She was found guilty. She was found guilty for child trafficking. Mariah Luken was found guilty for child trafficking. Josiane Johnson, for over 2 years, is yet to sentence Mariah Luken to prison. This woman went to court. The evidence brought against her was overwhelming. The preponderance of evidence, airtight, unimpeachable, cogent, tangible evidence, was irrefutable, left absolutely no iota of doubt in the minds of anyone following the case or the jurors. Mariah Luken was found guilty of child trafficking. Multiple counts of child trafficking, over 500 counts of child trafficking. Mariah Luken was found guilty. Normally, when a court finds you guilty, the jury finds you guilty. What does the jury do? What does the judge do? The judge sentences you in consonance with the law. Yeah. The judge has leeway. The judge can sentence you to the maximum sentence allowed for that particular offense, or the judge has discretionary powers to give you a lenient sentence or a hefty sentence. But this judge, Judge Siane Johnson, is yet to sentence Mariah Luken to prison. Guess what? Mariah Luken then went on to start a pyramid scheme, Susu Club, collecting $500 per person. They came to me with a case, and I told them they were stupid people. They all knew this woman could sell people children abroad, and you gave her money and make her your Susu mother. They went to court with a case against Mariah Luken for over $500,000, just about $500,000 US. Boakai. I don't know where that case went, but those people, I have no mercy for them. I do not feel sorry. I do not feel sorry for them. Mariah Luken is a criminal. She's a terrible, nasty human being. And to think that Mariah Luken is running for representative of District Number 8, whilst she has been found guilty of human trafficking, she's been found guilty of trafficking children. The mothers and fathers of those children have been crying for justice, crying out for justice. at the court. You remember that video where the women jumped on Mariah Luken, knocked her to the ground, and started slapping Mariah Luken? He said they wanted their children back. Today, Mariah Luken is running for representative. Whilst Mariah Luken was being prosecuted for child trafficking, the Pipipa Gucci clown city mayor of Monrovia, that boy who can chop more than anything, was awarding this woman contracts, government contracts worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. This Mariah Luken woman, she's free. She's running for representative. Fellow Liberians, is this the country that you believe? That you believe is a good place to live? Is this the country that you are proud of? Where a child trafficker, a woman who traffics in people's children, and sells them to strangers for money and enriches herself. Mariah Luken has a big house in a place in a high-end residential community in Minnesota called Eden Prairie. A big, massive house she owns there. She has businesses. She made millions of dollars from selling these people's children. And she is running for representative. The woman was found guilty for child trafficking, but yet the judge, the mothers of these children need to go and harass Janet Johnson. Why is it that you are yet to sentence the woman to prison? Boakai, when you go to jail, when you go to court, Boakai, and you're found guilty, the next thing the judge does, you come before the judge and you are sentenced to prison.
Yes, that's it.
You are sentenced to prison. But for some reason, Mariah Luken cannot be sentenced to prison. Mariah Luken is walking around, but this is election year. The moment will come to power, that judge, she will tell us why Mariah Luken has not been sentenced to prison. Let her go to the Senate. She will tell us why she is dragging her feet to send Mariah Luken to prison. She will tell us that. She will tell us that. Yeah, there you go. I'm told that she has 2 single-family homes adjacent each other in the United States. She got properties. She made a lot of money. The woman, you remember that day she called a press conference, Boakai, 2 years ago?
2 years ago at her area on the bypass. The bypass. Yes, she have a very big place.
Because, some people didn't believe that Mariah Luken had actually done these horrible things we said she did. So people were waiting to hear from her. People thought she was going to prove us wrong. She was going to say we're lying. But the woman told the press people, yes, I took these children. Their families were poor. I sent them abroad. We give them to people and blah, 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 blah. She explained all of that. How many children you carry? Over 500 children. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Over 500 Liberian children. Were these children orphans? No. Or their parents were too poor? No. But guess what? These children, under the law, they do not qualify to be orphans. Okay? An orphan is a child whose parents are dead. You cannot be an orphan if one or both of your parents are alive. You're not an orphan. Mel and me are orphan now, but be orphan. I'm a child orphan. Right? My father, my mother. Yeah. But Mariah Luken took people's children whose parents were still alive. Yes, she did speak to the BBC. We elevated the story to the point where the BBC reached out to her. She also admitted it on the BBC that she took these children and placed them in homes where they have been abused. And their parents have absolutely no contact with them. Okay. These mothers are grieving. We interviewed some of them on their show. They are grieving for their children. They want their children back. And this is a woman who has the audacity, the unrequited audacity to be running for representative. The woman who was convicted of a criminal offense. First of all, the woman is a convicted criminal. She was convicted of child trafficking. Trafficking in persons is a criminal offense under Liberian law. It is not a civil matter. The election laws of Liberia, they are clear. if you are convicted of a criminal offense, you are rendered ineligible to run for public office.
Yes.
But the woman is so brave that she is ignoring all of that, and she is running for representative because Josiane Johnson has refused to send Mariah Luken to prison. Can you imagine that, Boakai? Amen. What sort of country is this? What sort of country is this that convicted criminals can be brave to say that I want to run to become representative? A woman who is in court for running a pyramid scheme, collecting people money under the so-called susu and eating their money, trafficking in over 500 Liberian children and selling them. My man, let's go to the lines and take some calls.
Okay, folks. So
there's this guy I used to. He used to be one of our fans, but that guy looked like something happened to him. Either when he was small, he fell down on a hay, a man threw him down on a hay, and so something wrong with him. He not straight. I used to chat with him back in the day. He used to support us, but he got flipped. I think, the guy just suddenly flipped. His name is Bunny. He would call me and just have the most ridiculous conversations. And, part of what we have to do, we have to engage and tolerate a lot of people. That's one of the curses that come with being Henry Costa. You got to talk to all kind of people. Some of the people that will call you will just talk stupid talk. Nothing that will make sense. And this guy says he's running for president. I see here on the front page of the Inquirer newspaper, today's edition, the man is saying that Liberia will fix airplanes if I become president. Imagine that. When I get food to eat, when I even get legs straight, the man said Liberia will fix airplane. Does this guy not seem to you like somebody who fell down on a head? When you look at his head, you can tell. That he fell down on a head.
We should airport the plane will be linear. The port are not having current.
No, you made a plane in your head. Fully man. That's why you won't be president. I mean, like, bro, I saw one other one. I didn't live in Texas. He said when he become president, every home will have air conditioner. Every home will have AC. How the hell you gonna put AC in every home when a home they not even get current? What do make the AC work? They will plug an AC with the wire under your arm. That in your mouth will plug it. But they just get stupid people. Let's go take some calls there. We need food to eat. You gotta take care of the basics, the low-hanging fruits. Only an idiot will promise such things. Talking about when I become president, like bro will face airplane. Let's go take calls here. That kind of man able to get supporters here. People will follow behind him. Fully man. I thank God I don't call the inside again.
0770-102-102-86-010-383 555-102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231-888-624171. Call us and be a part of all of the discussion. How we talk about the Mariah Luken case. She's been, she want to be a representative in district number 8. She want on seat the weed smoker gray. And we talk about Sheikh Bashiru.
But great and government protecting Mariah Luken. So Mariah Luken right. Yeah. we already got our man we are supporting their set. So y'all just leave it.
Let's take this person here. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Yeah, good morning. Where are you calling from? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother. Let me say good morning to Costa.
Go ahead, you're live.
Thank you. This is my first time calling on your platform, Mr. Henry Pedro Costa. This is a comfortable kekeme, Garo Abraham Jr. A respondent defending of the people, Senator Dino. I usually listen to your platform every day, Mr. Costa. But to get on the line is very much difficult. I don't know why. Yeah, I pledge my support to you. I pledge my support to you this coming elections the 2023 general presidential election. I pledge my support to you as senatorial candidate of Moshimaro County. I will do everything possible in my weekend way for you to become the senator of this country. Mr. Costa, I've been following you for a long time. I like your business. I don't see you before. I would like to see you, Mr. Costa.
Okay.
Thank you, my brother. We'll find a
so
way.
much.
One day. Yesterday when I went to Buchanan, man, there were some people saying, "Oh my God, I'm so lucky. I just see you." I don't understand how. I don't understand it. It's beyond me. But you know, that's how it is when you feel very strongly about someone. Just seeing them and shaking their hands and just something that means a lot to you. But it's very humbling. It's very, very humbling that people see us in that way. Very humbling. Let's take some more calls there.
All right, let's take this person. Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Yeah, Boakai, welcome.
Yeah, it's a good morning because as well. You know, it's a pleasure to be on the show today. You know, brother, you know, I want to quote the old man money, Joseph Brother. He say, "You don't take man job and give it the ball." You know, so it simply show that when you give a small child a bucket of water to take that bath, all that child do, the child will not be waiting the water on his stomach. You know, that's what the child would do. I say it to say that, you know, we have a president, a man who is in 50, who still considers himself as poor. You know, they always in the habit of teenage revolt. They make it lead the working day session, they make lead session, they go sit down to Jamaica resort, you know, play. So how will the country go forward when the men get any idea, men lack idea? So that's the problem we face within the country. You know,
Okay.
the problem when we are. Think about the time.
All right. Thank you. Let's take somebody from the diaspora.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
I want to ask Costa. Costa, what have the parents of those children done in contacting the authorities in America, like the social service, about those unofficial
Those are
adopted
poor
children?
people.
I think that's
Those
another
are
step I
poor
would
people.
suggest. I'm calling from the UK that they could do effectively to get those children or contact those adopted children in America.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Listen to me, sir. Those parents are poor people. They don't even know who or where their children are with and where they are. They don't know. Mariah Luken does not share any or did not share any information. She didn't want the parents harassing the adopted parents in the States. She didn't put them in touch. They are not in touch. 500 plus children, Liberian children, were just picked up from here, poor children, and just given to Americans all over the place. She sold them 5,000 to 8,000 US per child. So these children are not in touch with their roots. They have no Liberians around them. They don't know. If she had given these children to Liberians, you could say, okay, we can trace them. How can you trace these people? Only Mariah Luken knows these people. Only she does. But you remember, some time ago, we got the records of all of the children. You remember where they all were? You remember? Somebody the documents. We had it. I don't know where we put that document. We had the name of every single person, the addresses of all of them, all of the adopted parents of the children. But I'm sorry, we don't have time to go pursue that. I'm sorry. You got your country, that your country is supposed to make sure Mariah Luken will provide all our information. That's not my job. That means we'll solve all the problems. I don't get power. I can solve those kind of problems. So I cannot help. I don't have the time to do that. To go start looking for children all over. Let's go to the lines.
Good morning.
Let's
Morning, Waka.
Yeah, your name is joining us from.
Good morning to Costa and your listening public. This is Johnson Klimba, and as usual, I'm calling from the Ralph Yahweh.
Go ahead, Johnson.
And agree with Costa on this one. It's not that he's being arrogant. The Bible instead made reference to that. Who cannot walk if they can't understand. You cannot marry a woman who doesn't understand you. It's not possible. The woman must let it person you. Such is the case with Mr. Boakai and Tommy. Or why I know and strongly believe that Boakai who do the Boakai doesn't appear in the runoff and Tommy having to appear in the runoff. Mr. Boakai definitely going to learn his support. I'm still going to learn my support if Boakai doesn't appear. God forbid. That's what we can do. That's how we can cement a better opposition or united opposition against Mr. Weah. So our quest to reduce the opposition there just to Boakai and Tommy be on one people by compulsion. While the two people cannot work together. We are not even, we are not even together one people here. And you see the first of all that started a long time ago. So when you see that our president is out there, you want to come in the person in the woman, and why you want? So let's talk that thing and come in a person to reach the winner. He always right around here. We hope so when our brother appear, he too will do things. And the second point is, again, to conclude on the brother, the issue regarding the passport saga. I strongly believe that Brother Rafini will not be. The guy will represent Brother Rafini. Because this is a serious sanity. And of course, after you announce your ambition of wanting to become senator, let's see do. Let's be honest to ourselves. Sir Joseph is this. Of course, telling remind our people that certain things and people go through, and they cannot get over it. I also was a victim of causing that when I Ebola something. So I don't let people constantly reference me. When I was living I had a friend who tried to make it travel to the States, and he worked for working at EADA. He got contracted with the dollar, and she died along with her children while her husband was in the States. We think about perform better and saying the thing, man, feeling good special. It's an option in the need of self a betting power. Reminding our people, a certain thing you do for certain things that tear down or destroy certain families. They have to be reminded in the that way of running something to getting naked power. There's no one starting to be from that. Okay. You know, you ever say it's wrong. We don't want to hear the kind of thing that almost destroy our country, break family apart, no other people to do just and you see you money and get election.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, hold on there, Boakai. Our brother Jason Kpengba made a good point. The Ebola been here, what keep plenty people in the country. The brother say we want Sir Joseph to stop talking about Ebola. Ebola is traumatizing. We won't forget about Ebola and move on. Every day the man reminding all, you don't forget our Ebola hero, you don't forget Ebola that not Christmas that we had jolly. Ebola kept plenty people. So Sir Joseph, Jason Kpengba then will form the movement to make Sir Joseph stop reminding us about Ebola. Because Sir Joseph, because the people can call me hero, so the man he said that me they call it Ebola hero. But remember, you hero, like you tell people say hero. Hero. So Sir Joseph must stop reminding us about Ebola because Ebola killed a lot of people. It had a traumatic effect on people. Let him stop reminding us about Ebola. Ebola ravaged this country, Boakai. Was it in Kwaruboni? It killed a lot of people in Kwaruboni, right, Boakai?
A lot, Costa. A lot.
A lot of people there. Because you know why? They were doing the traditional Islamic burial rites where they bathe the body. And I think they say everybody got to touch the body and all that kind of stuff. And the people didn't know. You can't blame them. The information got to them late. And they said, so they had one funeral in Kwaruboni. And we know that's how the Islamic people behave, the Muslims. They will perform the rites, they bathe the body and all of that. And they didn't know. It's a cultural and Islamic practice. And a lot of people died.
Because let's bring people Larry Kennedy in. People Larry, good morning, welcome.
Movement or what? You start talking about Ebola?
Sorry, let me get you on the Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Loud and clear.
Okay, so real quick. Costa. So I'm actually sitting here reading the unsealed version of the plea that was signed by um Basaru.
Basiru
So
Conteh?
he was facing 20 years in prison for he was charged with 2 counts. One count he was facing 20 years in prison. The other one he was facing another 10 years in prison. And in addition to that, after serving his time, there's almost a 99.9% chance that immigration was going to grab him and ship him out of the U.S. So that was inevitable. So on November 3rd, he signed this plea agreement, and his lawyer based in Maryland, Louis Simmons, signed it also on November 23rd. So the sentencing is actually set for January 31st. And this plea agreement includes a lot of stuff in there. A lot of stuff in this plea agreement. One of them is what Costa touched on. It also will have to deal with him explaining how he got some of those the passport and all those, the diplomatic passport. So there's a lot of people going to be in trouble after this guy spilled the beans. Like Costa said early on, this guy is singing like a bird. He is actually singing like a bird. But then on January the 4th, they file a motion to seal what is going on now on the case. So I couldn't go further to unseal it because right now there's a motion pending to seal it, so you can't see anything else besides that. But yeah, I will follow this case. January 31st, we'll see what the sentencing will be. And again, when you have Mike Pompeo sanctioning people for passport fraud in this government, then you have other people sanctioned because they are actually money laundering. In the U.S. government put in a report, Prince Johnson was money laundering money for ministries within this government. Then you have Chris Smith saying, this government is a complete kleptocracy. So the saga continues. It actually continues, But one thing real quick on the whole the mining thing. This mining thing is going to be, I will try to get Costa, I'll get you some information on this mining thing because this is a big company that actually runs this is a multinational corporation. They have a long trail of leaving a whole lot of people sick in different countries. The head of this company is a billionaire family in India. The guy was making fun of the people over in I can't think of the African country, because he made massive amount of money from the same stunt that they pulled over in Liberia. So we'll talk about this later on, Costa. But yeah, Basaru, he signed his agreement November 3rd, and he's going for sentencing January 31st. So we'll follow this case to see who actually will be on the hook. All is said and done. All right, man. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.
Bro, Larry, Costa is asking you to send him the document, please, what you are reading from. Oh, he left the line already.
Well, there you have it. We told you what a great researcher Larry Kennedy is. So Larry has pulled up this document. We only knew superficial information about it, but you heard him giving specific dates. So the guy will be sentenced on the 31st of January. Boakai, that's in a few weeks. So in a little over 2 weeks, Basiru Conteh will be sentenced to prison. And Larry said he's been charged with 2 counts. One count has a maximum sentence of a sentence of 20 years. Larry just messaged me, he said he was sent it. And the other one has 10 years. So that's a total of 30 years. But if Basiru spills the beans, and of course, he's already signed a plea agreement to spill the beans, that means he's not going to go to jail for 30 years. I think Basiru is 41 years old. Basiru and I should be just about the same age. So if Basiru goes to jail for that long, but Basiru doesn't want to go to jail for 30 years or even 20 years. That's a long time, Boakai. That's a hell of a long time. But let's go back to the phone lines and take some calls there. Larry will share it with us, and tomorrow we will go into it in detail. But as you heard him say, the plea agreement was signed on the 4th of January, and the sentencing will take place on the 30th. Boakai, look at that. Basiru was just arrested by the middle of last year. By the middle of last year. Already Basiru is about to be sentenced. He's been prosecuted and he's about to be sentenced. Mariah Luken was prosecuted, was sentenced, was found guilty over 2 years ago. Over 2 years ago, almost 3 years. She is yet to be sentenced to jail, to prison. Air Liberia, man. Air Liberia. Let's take some calls there. So
I'll take this person here.
Is they're gonna seize all his assets they can find. He also made an agreement. I'm told it's stated in the plea agreement that he's gonna restitute as much of the money as possible. They're gonna go after everything he has his name to or his name on. Let's take some calls.
Yeah. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, Coach, good morning.
You're alive.
Yeah, my name is Kindness Leary. I'm phoning from 6th Simcoe, to be specific, Lonko community.
Okay.
Let me say Happy New Year to you, Mr. Costa, and welcome to the country. Because this country is not serious. We are not serious because the country is not living. We are the humans that live within Liberia made the country. Our attitudes, our behaviors, our acts, our activities made the country. But guess what? We are hurting the country on a daily basis. And once we hurting the country, you see people, dying on the Black Sea, going slow way because there's no job. There's no employment opportunity. There's no factory. Look, it hurt us. I'm speaking as a young person. But what can we do? You understand? You just spoke about Sheikh Conteh. If the country was here by then, then that man, you see Liberians gathering together, petitioning their government, putting their government feet on fire to ensure that the right thing is done. Those who are in the gap, bringing this man, giving this man, awarding this man, a passport, another diplomatic passport to do what he do. He did. He would have been, got to vote today. But it's so sad that Liberia, it's this way.
Okay.
And I want to speak shortly, please, a minute. I want to speak shortly, about Mariah Luken. I'm the SD for Team Maria in the Plonko community. Mr. Costa, what you just flagged, for me, I support your ideology. But we've been working on this. We heard it before joining the team. We heard it. We asked the madam on time with our number. She said what been happening is allegation. What she been doing, she have been engaged, many times, when it comes to this humanitarian, work. She did it, out of conviction. She did not sell the children. In fact, she took them, to help them. Because Liberia is poor, Liberian community is poor. So she did it to help those children, those kids.
I don't know how she was happy.
On that.
I don't know how she was happy. She was happy to harm them or whatsoever because you taking you taking people children from them and carrying them and receiving benefit from that particular situation. So I don't know what.
That's the political part of it, bro. That's the political part of it. You understand? That's the political part of it.
Even if hello, listen to me now. Yeah. So even if one of those kids are going to be your child or your children, you're going to be happy with the idea, right?
Well, and Boakai, don't forget those kids, that the woman took, in fact, carry in those places. Those kids have talents. You understand? There was no one to actually
I'm asking you a very simple question. You're not answering my question. Why. You are not answering my question, brother. I'm asking if those kids were your children or your child, and then they go through this condition, they go through this process without seeing their parent, not hearing from their parent, and they don't even get access to their parent. You're going to be happy with the idea, right?
I won't feel fun. That's to be real. To be real.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I like you. I like you so much. Like you said it, that you won't feel fun, and that's just how the parents are feeling now. Mariah Luken took the people children from them in a sense that she's trying to help them. She wasn't helping them. She was harming them. Now the children don't know their parents. They don't have access to their parents. They are not even in communication with their parents. So what become of that? Let's take another person on this line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Boakai.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, brother. Good morning to Leader Ham, Petro Costa. My name is Jake Pico. I'm from Financial Keva. Let me appreciate when leader yesterday. Wow, we were part of the trip that went pastor yesterday, and they were playing. A lot of people came out yesterday to receive the team that went back on leaders spoke at the intellectual forum, and we're on the side encouraging other members enlightening their mind how to vote. They come 2023, and yesterday it was a wonderful ambassador. The senator received us. Senator Resolve Group. And also, I just want to make this recommendation to lead you as well about JMB. I'm making this recommendation. If you and you think can allow before JMB go to the airport to go to the United States, if you can walk maybe for 10 or maybe a 5 or 6 minutes like that in a short video, then we can post it and we can share on our page because the rumors are in the public because of he went for a checkup to ELW hospital now. People on Facebook saying all kind of negative things against us. They are GMP is fake, GMP is that. So I really making a recommendation to leader it. You can allow the public to walk for 5 or 10 minutes on a house to walk before getting a car. You can make a video of or for him to say you sit in your office to make that last one. Just a recommendation I'm making a leader if you can accept it or not. Because for you watching in your last video will also give we the supporter of confidence. We know that nothing wrong with GMB, but just a fake propaganda going up there on the
Costa already said I will do that. Let's take another person on this line. Let's take somebody from the diaspora. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, we just messed up on our caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Boakai.
Yeah, welcome. Your name is John.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah. Okay, my name is Joseph Jara. I'm calling from Canada. So, Boakai, what you are talking today about our country is very touching. Boakai. Look at what's going on in Burma. See the quantity of iron ore that are sending at the port that are going all over the country. And our country is suffering. The people in Burma, they are suffering. People getting sick. Look at the road that's going Burma. And every single thing there, talking about, because the people talking plenty, we withdraw yourself from the whole process, this and that. So, Boakai, we need someone serious to take our country. So, we can take our country from this flag. This clip, we want to take our country from there. It's so sorrowful. Moment, I don't even know what to say. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Larry just sent me the document as promised. I will share it with you as well. It's a 10-page document. You know, the deal by Sheikh Conteh signed with the U.S. With the prosecutors, and I'm gonna share it with you. Let's take some calls.
All right, let's take this person here. Good morning.
Hello. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Boakai. Good morning, Heaven. Petro Costa, incoming senator. And Gomo Kamara.
Welcome, Sangomo.
Good morning, Bob.
I'm funny to tell you. But better, what I say, all the blood people were wanted. This stupid Sidician who pray for Joseph Boakai to die, and Joseph Boakai will live. We will die before Joseph Boakai.
No, we're not praying for that.
No. Why were you praying for your friend mommy to die? Joseph Boakai said the library, he put out the library. That's why you want to hear that also. The blood can take treatment like he go there. He don't go to America. He not going to Jerusalem whatsoever. Boakai said to the library people, he put out the library. Why Gomo Kamara can go take treatment? That way you go take treatment. And he will. Joseph Boakai, Joe Biden ordering a Boakai. A lot of presidents ordering a Boakai. Boakai all business. Let them forget about that. That's not their business. Boakai got a blood playing a hat. And the Liberia decide. You voted for Joseph Boakai. And the next president of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Boakai. What is campaign? He don't campaign. If he try to see this remember, if he did by the NSF, we will vote for him. And head of course, Senator of Mosorado. Look at the kind of cry, full on John Buffer yesterday. I remember what I told them quarter going fire in Ghana. They both right. One quarter, Kagomo, they bring Costa to oil. He might not go. Let's come visit Nimba. Let's come visit Nimba. You see, everybody cry for one young man. Everybody cry for one young man. They'll be wicked. They take out, look at Mariah Luken, what he's talking about. The woman see people children, more than 400. They carry it. The woman you put, some people now refuse to jail out behind the gate.
All right, Pangomo.
Just like he expected the one as a senator. That now you saw the Liberia. Criminal must be representative. Criminal.
Thank you so much, Pangomo. I'm going through the document.
Thank you. Thank you, Pangomo. Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll look into it tomorrow.
But I take this person here. Good morning.
Good morning, boss.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, this is Sister Bula. I call it 7th Street.
Welcome.
Yeah, but I want to say the I put a street stuff.
Okay, we got 12 more minutes.
Hello?
Go ahead, you're live. Go ahead.
You on the show level as Sir Joseph, because the more you talk about Sir Joseph, I'm only promoting him.
We educate the people. Is it promoting?
The more you talk about Sir Joseph, the more people get to know about him, the more you promote him to me.
People know him already, my brother. He's an incumbent. Yeah, no, listen, my brother, I respectfully disagree with you. Respectfully. He is the incumbent. He is the man who's sitting in a seat that we're trying to kick him out of. We need to tell the people the bad things he's doing. It can't be promotion. Trust me, Sir Joseph does not want us talking about him at all. He does not want us talking about him at all. We're not talking good things about him. We're exposing his criminality. We're exposing all his shady deals that he's in, how he's gotten rich, his important rights, and where he's getting money from. How is it that he owns all of these businesses in so short a period of time? Those are the things we're talking about, and those are not things that Sir Joseph would like us to say. No, he would not like us saying these things about him, and that's exactly what it is we're saying, to educate the people. Yeah. So, my brother, it's a different scenario. Like, for example, it's like almost you telling me, say, don't talk about George Weah, because talking about George Weah promotes George Weah against Joe Boakai. Then we might as well not even criticize the government. But no, we need to educate our people about the things the people in power are doing. That's what we're doing. Yes. People need to know. Information is a currency of democracy. Now, I'm not quoting someone. Those words were coined by Henry Costa. That quote was coined or invented by me. Information is the currency of democracy. When the people are informed, your democracy can be sustained and your democracy can grow. Let's go back to the lines and take some more calls there.
All right. I'll take this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
10 minutes.
Welcome.
Yes, sir. I'm Jim Chopper, and we are calling from Boakai.
Go ahead.
As I heard Costa this morning talk about the vice president, the former vice president, Mr. Boakai, and he talked about the leader that trafficking the people. But my interest is Mr. Boakai. Thank God he got certain influence with Mr. Boakai. I personally want to appeal to him. Even though it's the prerogative of the vice president to appoint his running mate, but I want him to help him to guide in the process. Because look at the damaging report that came from the Senate. $64 million in TA last year, 2022. Nobody can get account of it. So you must be careful. I don't want him to choose anybody from the legislature or the Senate. You see how it happened the last time with Mariah Luken? When they start bringing that damaging recordings, it empowers the campaign, it make us not to succeed. So you should be very, very careful. This now rush we need to look for somebody who get integrity. Let we have integrity ticket. That's what we're fighting for. When the rush, that the press will be capturing that particular running mate they're going to name. Because the running mate is a possible president of this nature 2029. That's how we're looking at. So they should now rush You name me the money was brought, they will name me a friend of everything and that. No, take your own time. Because by the time you name, at the very day, they start critiquing that person. Like young people are Lawrence, who took the happy property and wasted on Sir Joseph. All the one there, they start bringing those things out. You'll be embarrassed again. So they must be very, very, very careful.
All right.
That's my advice if you hear me.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your.
Thank you. Thank you, Pop. Thank you for your wise words. Let's take some more calls, Boakai. We've got 8 minutes to go.
Let's take this. Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Yeah, good morning. Your name is Johnny from.
Yeah, this is Dr. Pape. I'm calling from New Jersey.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. You see, one of the things that Henry is doing, or the Costa Show is doing, is to educate people. And the bad thing against the citizenry are the ones that the Costa Show trying to go against and trying to expose. But the citizens don't know that these are important things for the country. They only want people who can steal taxpayer money and go away with it, to the extent that the American embassy has sanctioned fee of this government officials. So the Costa Show must continue doing the education so that the public in general will know what is right for us and do the right thing. Thank you, Henry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So much.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Pop. Boakai, 7 minutes to go. We'll take 4 more calls. 7 minutes to go.
All right, let's take this person. Good morning.
Yeah. Hello.
Good morning. Your name is Johnny from.
Yeah, this Morris Baraka.
Go ahead,
my concern is the incoming president of this country, Jose Imam Boakai, and I prefer him carrying young play. Of course, they dropped online not long saying that young play waste tea water on Sir Joseph. It's just Sir Joseph was the cause for young people to do that. So our politics can't go that right. So I just call to say it doesn't want to carry young play. Thank you.
Thank you. That's your view.
All right. You're all entitled
we
to your
respect
views.
everybody's view here.
And we respect your views.
Everybody.
And but we're not doing a polling. We're not doing self-survey. But your views.
All right. Now take this person. Good morning.
I prefer him. Good morning.
Good morning. Please listen to me through your phone. Forget about the receiver.
Yeah.
All right. There's a little delay. Let's take Sika Chipo, the religious advisor to the Costa Show. Sika Chipo, good morning. Welcome.
Good evening, Boakai. Good morning, Boakai. Sorry for that. Good morning, my dear brother. Hello, my leader. Good morning this morning. You know, a caller left the line. He stressed a point, but then I will agree with him and disagree. You know, when it comes to the selection of a running mate, the old man should be careful also. And Henry, you are a smart man, very, very, very much intelligent and sound. You know how to play the card. Please be by him, because I always hear you say that you are not going to be their part, but you can breathe in his ears and tell him what to do too. If he doesn't do it, that's it. This running mate issue, let me go to it. You know why I'm looking at it this way? The CDC people who are timing Yombli Kanka. Yombli cannot tell me that, I'm an ordinary person. If I go as a running mate, it doesn't matter. No, it depends on who is in power. These men are in power, these guys are in power. They can thwart the laws at any time. Why if nobody goes there and then they have something to do with it to turn the law? What will you say? So the party should look at it thoroughly. And now against it, nobody has the number, but it is not only about numbers. When they start digging out secret tomorrow and we're going to know things that we have not known, it won't look good for us. Thank you for a 40-minute time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to our religious advisor. Somebody say, Leroy said I should stop talking, reciting the time. Leroy, I got tons of things to do. By the time I get off this show, I got to do a few meetings. I got to go to town. I got lots of things to do. So that's why I keep saying, I keep calling it time. But let's take some more calls there.
Some people just good morning, welcome.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name is calling us from.
Yeah, this is Lasso Provana Comfort, Chikifacho community.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for your topic on discussion. Anyway, this is Lasso, your man, Lasso, the Chikifacho, Tony Tawaki, a friend. I've been advocating for you. Then go, you are come back. My brother, don't worry about anything. Go your life, where's your life also? But that you will be okay. We are praying for our country, we are praying for those who are speaking to the power. My brother, you don't even get anything to say that what happened to the country. Everything happened to the country right now. We are aware of everything. But let me say this to you. You know, on you talk, they say, oh, something happened to the president. You're not aware of it. You go around the president. It's not true. President, we have what's wrong. We met that somebody will believe everything of this in a power. Every bad party must be in a power. But let me say this to you, we are confident country will bring one time president in the country. My appeal to the opposition, the people on you know, you can't be in the wrong. You are wrong. Someone got a drug for your back. Someone will say, "Oh, you are this." Someone will say, "You are bad." Africa believes there.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And of course, that's how we wrap on the call-in session for today's show.
Thank you, Boakai. Thank you, folks. This is how we bring it to an end. Have yourselves a good day. And may God bless you. Go out there, be safe. Be nice to someone. Be kind. And may you all have a lovely and blessed day. Bye-bye.